Let's talk about a funder that has supported community projects across England and Wales for decades, but is still widely misunderstood by many charities, the Bernard Sunley Foundation. The foundation was established back in 1960 and operates as an independent grant-making charity. Its core purpose has remained consistent over the years, to help raise the quality of life for people across England and Wales, with particular focus on those who are young, disadvantaged, or older. That long-standing focus shapes everything about how they give funding and the types of projects they support. If your organization is thinking about improving a building or creating better physical spaces for people to use, this is a funder you should understand properly before applying. One of the most important things to know about Bernard Sunley is that it is a capital funder. This means they support one-off building and infrastructure projects rather than ongoing services or running costs. They are interested in real, tangible improvements, projects where you can clearly point to what will change as a result of the funding. They offer different sizes of grants, ranging from smaller awards for modest projects right through to large grants for major capital works. However, regardless of size, the principle is the same. They expect to be one contributor among several, not the sole funder. In most cases, their grant will form a relatively small proportion of the overall project cost, and they rarely fund more than a minority share. This is intentional. It helps them support more organizations and ensures projects are well planned and realistic. Because of this, one of the most common mistakes charities make is approaching Bernard Sunley as a funder of last resort, hoping they will fill a funding gap. That approach rarely works. What they want to see is a project that already has momentum, support, and a clear plan for securing the remaining funds. In terms of eligibility, Bernard Sunley supports registered charities operating in England and Wales, along with charitable incorporated organisations, housing associations, certain specialist schools, scout and guide groups, and cooperatives or community benefit societies registered with the appropriate regulator. They consider applications from across England and Wales, with particular interest in rural and isolated communities where funding opportunities can be more limited. There are also clear boundaries around who they will not fund. Community interest companies, unregistered groups, local councils, and organizations without a proven track record are not eligible. Newly established charities without annual accounts are also unlikely to succeed. This is a funder that places value on governance, stability, and experience. Faith-based organizations often ask whether Bernard Sunley is suitable for them. The answer is yes, but with an important caveat. They do not fund religious activity itself. However, they will consider improvements to faith buildings where there is clear and meaningful benefit to the wider community. In those cases, the focus must be on accessibility, safety, inclusion, and community use, not worship. Another area that often causes confusion is equipment and transport. In general, Bernard Sunley does not fund day-to-day equipment, IT, furniture, or running costs. However, there is an important exception that charities should understand properly. The foundation does fund major capital items where they are essential to delivering community benefit. This includes new, adapted minibuses and specialist transport, particularly for organizations supporting children with special needs and disabilities, older people, or other vulnerable groups. In these cases, the vehicle is treated as a capital asset, not a running cost, and must be clearly linked to the organization's charitable purpose. The focus is on how the transport enables access, inclusion, safety, and participation, not convenience. What they will not fund are general vehicles, second-hand purchases, or transport costs that sit within normal operational spending. As with all Bernard Sunley applications, the emphasis is on one-off capital investment that creates lasting benefit. The application process begins with an online eligibility check. If you pass that stage, you are invited to complete a full application. Smaller grants are decided on a rolling basis, while medium and large grants are considered at trustee meetings held throughout the year. Decisions take time, and organizations are expected to wait at least a year before reapplying, whether they were successful or not. Because of this, Bernard Sunley is not a funder to approach casually. It's one that rewards preparation, clarity, and strong alignment between the project and their mission. If your project is about making a building better for people, safer, more accessible, more welcoming, or more fit for purpose, and if that building plays a real role in community life, this foundation is well worth considering. The key is understanding what they are there to fund, and shaping your project narrative accordingly. If you find this kind of guidance helpful, my name is Kingsley, and I run the Grant Maven. I support UK charities, community groups, and faith-based organisations to understand funders, plan their funding strategy, and apply smarter rather than harder. I regularly break down grants like this to help committees and volunteers make informed decisions. If you'd like more UK funding guidance, feel free to follow the channel.